Hey guys, we've got a great show for you tonight. We've got Neil and Tony back again. They haven't left us yet. We've got Nat coming back, counselor from Broadclist, and Ollie Reed, who is a local farmer. Some amazing people here tonight. But let's give our thanks again to La Fabrico Tile Showrooms who have sponsored this this show. So we're able to bring this to you tonight. If you want to be a sponsor, please email Neil and reach out to him. It's a great time to be a sponsor. And guys, Fabrico Tile Showrooms are located in Marsh Barton in Exeter. Go see them if you're involved with an interior design or tile project. It's absolutely amazing. I was just down there 2 days ago. They're right across the street from the charity shop, right, Neil?
That's correct. Yeah, go down there. He's a poor. He's good. You know, just haggle. You might give you a bit of discount. I don't know.
Just say you know, Neil. There you go.
So, guys, let's get on the main show, shall we? Tonight we're going to run through again what Neil and Tony have done. They're not just pretty faces. We're going to go through some interesting local and national news, Ollie. Okay? And we're going to discuss the thrills and challenges of being a local flippin' farmer, okay? I don't know why anybody would ever be one these days, but just for the joy of being out there in the nature. And I'm thrilled that Neil's going to be announcing the Weed of the Week, right, Neil?
Yeah, that's right. Well,
it's still going.
Yeah, still going. I think we're going to do the Flag of the Week next, I think.
Controversial. Controversial, Neil.
No, we could do Farmer of the Week.
Oh, that's favoritism now.
Perfect.
Hey, Neil, Ollie's won already.
Okay, so guys, we got something special for you tonight. For Reform Exeter members only, because if you want to be a Reform member, join up and dial 07355 429 205. The number's on the screen, okay? And ask your questions, okay? Give us a call. And if you're not a member, if you're under 25, it's only 10 quid. Can you afford that, Nat?
Oh, just about. Well,
okay.
Just about.
Well, if you're over 25, then maybe your friend Ollie can pay because it's 25 quid, okay?
I'd have to go and do some work for him for that.
Okay, so anyway, don't forget this is available for Reform members only. And okay, so here we go, guys. Neil, tell us about our interesting guests, who they are. And but before we do, let's have a round of applause again. Go ahead, Neil.
Yeah, okay, you've had Nathan before, Nathan Vanstone, a fellow councillor, Devon County councillor. He was new, like myself, at this, and I think you've grabbed it, and you're doing a fantastic job, I think, so far.
I think another reason is, too, our viewers went up when Nate actually came on.
Well,
so,
I know you're doing a fantastic
said, bring
job.
him on again.
Yeah, but and we have Ollie, a young farmer, young to me.
We're knocking those viewers up now.
And we'll bring Ollie on, and he's going to tell us about his life as a farmer.
Next slide, Jess. Okay, so we've got an interesting slide to show for Nat there, and ooh,
I know.
Okay,
I'm gonna laugh at it.
I think that's Nat. Who is that anyway, Nat?
I missed my taxi on the way to the football.
What were you doing there?
The horse was for sale, which he has been sold now.
Yeah, so what? Dress up as a knight and then...
you know, these horses...
Sales pitch.
If you can show that they can be well behaved with somebody like me, dressed up in that, yeah, it looks good.
Hey, Nat,
it did make me laugh.
Is that how you campaigned? Did you ride that flipping horse all over the country?
Came from the heart as well.
Yeah? Yeah. Did you ride that horse all over the country, eh?
No, the wife wouldn't let me ride it outside the gate looking like that, sadly.
Okay, awesome. Well, let's have a round of applause for Nat. Okay.
At least he sold the horse, didn't he?
Now, guys, Nat has brought along one of his buddies and a constituent, I think, Ollie Reed, who's a dairy farmer and has a large dairy holding near Exeter. Oh, we got another one. Ollie wanted to have this one on. He's desperate.
Freeze! Time to switch gears. Use your hands to make elephant ears. Now wiggle, 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 wiggle your ears. Wiggle, 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 wiggle your ears. Stop, 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 stop like an
Ollie,
elephant.
you do quite a lot of this on your page, don't you?
Oh, TikTok.
Yeah,
I did it for a punt.
for a punt.
Yeah, for a punt. I sort of jokingly just signed up and just.
Have
did
you got
it,
followers now?
Yeah, only about 2,000, I think.
Oh, that's 2,000
That's good
more
enough.
than I have.
2,000 more than we've got.
Just taking a piss, really.
We do apologise.
So
for
we
that one.
got a cow ear flapper and a horse.
I think that one's got like nearly 100,000 views, I think.
Oh, brilliant.
They are.
Something like that.
Just for wiggling the ears, look.
Exactly.
Okay, well, moving on. Let's hear an applause for Ollie. What the heck, right? Awesome video. Yeah. So we got some time to fill tonight, guys. And I'm going to maybe kick it off by filling the time with our amazing band of Merrier Warriors that we assembled in the spring, over 30, and this is a picture of some of them, a lot of them. And they were out there on the day of the election when we had 5 councillors that won, and we annihilated Labour actually from Exeter, right, Neil?
That's correct. Yep. It was 5 of us. I know in the news we've down to 2 county councillors and 1 Exeter City, but we'll discuss that later on.
Yeah. And what led to that? I think it was people from all parties, patriotic people who love this country. And the stats show, because I did the research, that half of the Labour supporters from you 2 guys, okay, Alphington, Cowick, and Exwick and St. Thomas, loved you because you're longtime residents and they flocked to you. And actually half the Conservatives, right? Is that what you sort of got the feeling, Tony?
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who do love me. I'm pretty sure of that. But I'm sure, too, that they wanted a new party to sort of come in on the scene, and Reform happened to be there with the answers. Well, not with the answers, but with hopefully the answers.
Yes. And you're going to deliver for them, I'm sure.
Again, fingers crossed, you know.
Yeah, because you're a longtime resident.
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't, everybody knows where you live, right?
Yes, they do. Yeah. And I mean, obviously we publish our addresses and that. We're not bothered about that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if somebody wanted to
We've
find
had no
out.
bricks for the windows yet anyway.
No, not
No.
yet.
Only kisses.
Let's just fingers crossed on that one.
So right now, guys, we're rejuvenating our branch. We had a little chill out mode after the May elections, and we're reconstituting it. And believe me, we've been in touch with a lot of the members every day. We're not tired of winning, that's all. I know that for sure. And maybe we can tell them a little bit about Neil, our support team that we've been focused on, you and Tony.
Yeah, so we have a team of about 7 people who actually started off on the campaign and are still behind the scenes, monitoring the Labour Party. Thanks, Steve Race, for the photograph of us split in half. We'll come back on that later. But our job is to promote ourselves, tell everybody what we're doing. We've not told you everything we do because it would, what we do in the daytime is,
would bore you.
Quite a lot. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say bore you, but there's a
Well,
lot
no,
of
it's
things going on.
interesting, but yes.
Yeah, but mainly, we've been elected as your councillors. As I've said before, the reason we're here is to relay to as many people what we do, and also with Ollie coming on and Nat, this gives a better perspective because you don't want a load of oldies on there all the time, so we need the youngies on, don't we?
Exactly.
Thank you, Neil.
Yeah.
Thanks for
That's
that.
quite all right. Ollie's loving that
How
one.
old are you, Nat, anyway?
Well, I'm 46.
Yeah, youngster.
No, 45.
Youngster.
Ollie?
Am I 35?
Oh, you're babies, isn't you?
Babies.
Babies.
Don't feel it.
I've got to have a haircut that suits my head.
I was going to say, you
and
ain't got
how
much hair to cut, have you?
And how much hair I've got left now, Neil.
No, on the serious side, we have an amazing team. One is a social media expert. She knows exactly who says what, where, and when on what site. I get texts all night long, right, Neil?
Oh, yeah, you do text me about 1, 2 in the morning. The thing is, this is like a drug. The more you do it, the more you want of it. Yeah, I never was a phone addict, and now I must say I'm a phone addict now.
Well, we've got a lot of things going on in the branch, a lot of great things, and it's worth keeping up on that. And then we have an accountant. We also have a procurement specialist, and we do a lot of research well into the night, as Neil and Tony know, on some of the issues like the energy center. And what else is interesting about our team?
Well, because we have to get things right, and if we do get things wrong, we will say we'll put our hands up and say that's wrong. But mainly when we get our hands or our teeth onto something, the team kick in and they do all the research. And they're doing the research right now on the energy centre and some other things which will come apparent over the period of time.
Exactly. And we've also done some research on our membership base. For example, we've already had, calls and, past relationships with people who have wanted to become a counselor. And if you do, then, give a shout to Neil or Tony.
Yeah, just to stop you on that, we are still looking for councillors for May elections. Ollie? If you can fit it in between the cows, yeah.
You're not supposed to say that.
No, but to be serious, we are.
I'd say someone and get arrested.
I mean, you have to look at it that we, last year we weren't county councillors. We were just doing normal, normal people. Who's normal now? But doing normal things. Who'd have thought that we're sitting here now as county councillors?
Yeah, we're not career councillors.
When we first went into it, you're sort of like a rabbit caught in the headlights, but surprisingly enough, it is like a drug, and you do enjoy it.
Yeah,
I sell it to you?
And Neil, maybe since we have a little bit of time, a few minutes, you can explain a little bit about how we assembled that campaign team so that the councillors, the then candidates, knew they were not alone. We had an amazing team supporting them.
Yeah, so it all started off where we had a few meetings, and then we decided to put a team together. So I basically knocked on the neighbour's door, and then I met another lady, Jess. My wife has a really good with PR, public relations. We've got other people who are very, very good at social media, because I've got to my hands up. I'm not very good at social media. I'm getting better, okay? But we had about seven of these professionals, like to call them, and then we invited all the candidates under our umbrella, and then we went out and then did the best we can. We only lost a few seats by a few. I think one was by 25 votes.
Figures, wasn't it?
So Tina Beer, bad luck, but if she's coming back, we're there to support her.
Yeah, Tina only lost by like 30 votes.
No, 25.
Right? 25.
Yeah, they wouldn't do a recount, I don't think.
Yeah,
it was 25.
Yeah.
But we did well, but we're going to do better.
Yeah.
But we still need support of everybody.
And we're so focused, every single seat that we ran where there was a Labour incumbent, we won. Labour lost, rather. Most of them we got. Some of them went to other parties, but basically they were gone.
Yeah, so our plan in the future now is, starting from the next week, is going to be positive. We're not going to do too much negative, because there's too much negative in the press right now. So we're looking at the positive things, like what Ollie does, how many cows he does, and that, Tony and I, what meetings we go to. And if we can be positive attitude instead of talking about negative. There will be a few things about the heat source pump, which we're still investigating. But let's flip it over and show you what we are doing to help the community.
Yeah, thank you, Neil. And just a little taster is actually just this afternoon we had an amazing meeting, with which is going to clarify the branch moving forward, and with all the research that we've been doing with our core campaign team, we're ready for the button to be pushed so we can roll. Right, Neil?
Yeah, so we had a meeting for about 2 hours with Margaret and Paul, and we've met the new head of Reform in Exeter, okay? So the new chairman, and lovely guy. We're here to support him. Rob's offered his services. As I'm a councillor and Tony's a councillor, we can't get involved with the branch, but we can help promote it and canvass for the branch. So Paul and Margaret, we're here behind you 100%.
Thank you very much, guys. And hey, let's have a round of applause for Neil and Tony and Matt and all of our winning councillors and our amazing campaign.
Well, he's shocked. He's a councillor now.
Okay, so we're going to go through some of the things that you all have been doing, right? You haven't just been on holiday all the time, right? Neil?
No
I think
comment on
Tony
that.
has.
No comment on that
Kick
one.
us off with latest on Stagecoach, please, sir.
Okay, as I've said before, Stagecoach is a big problem in and around my area and Tony's area. I've had meetings with Devon County Council. They've been very proactive. I've sent an email to Peter, in charge of the whole of Stagecoach. Very, very lovely lad. And he's invited myself and another guy who writes to me regarding all the problems, and we're going down to see him at 2:00 on the 10th of October. So brilliant. Thank you, Peter, for that. Really looking forward to that. We've got to get the right balance, guys, because the Stagecoach provides a service. It's never going to be perfect. So the people in Alphington, your ward, Tony, we
Well,
have to
St.
appreciate.
Thomas next week. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we have to appreciate.
It was
you know,
one of
you
the
understand,
one of the things
guys.
that was brought up quite a
You've
lot.
got roadworks going on. You've got traffic. You've got extra 3,000 cars. It's going to be problems, but we're trying to get a compromise.
Perfect. Thank you very much. We're doing a lot of research in the background on the energy centers. Very interesting project that they've got in.
Yeah,
what's the latest on
I'm
that?
sure you've rattled a lot of people on it.
Well,
as
you had the email, didn't you?
I did read the email from a certain person, and I don't think they're too happy with you investigating them.
So what we do, Ollie, is we write in a very polite manner, and
see who rattles.
so I write to the Ombudsman, and then the Ombudsman said I got to write to Exeter City Council. So I wrote to Exeter City Council with a load of questions. They wrote back. I haven't really read it yet because it's quite
well,
in-depth.
one came back saying I don't know on one question.
I haven't read it, so she must have kept you in.
She's gone for
So
every
our
question.
job is to hold them to account, and that's going on as we speak. And just while you reminded me, I had another meeting this week with. Thanks, Rob, for getting in front of my camera. I had another meeting today. 2 days ago. 4 people to do with highways. Very, very productive meeting. Basically, we've all agreed to do Chudley and Dawlish Road. We're going to go. It's going to be dropped to 30 miles per hour, and that's from Devon Motel right into the village until it reduces to 20. And that's good. So it's going to. They've done the consultation. It's going to go from November to January or February. Then it'll start kicking out there. So that's a win-win in my eyes. One other thing, Rob, may I say?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
I had an email from a lovely lady. I won't mention names. Right, you got to laugh at this. They had a speed camera vehicle in Alphington. Apparently, there was somebody around the corner, an older gentleman with a yellow vest on, Viz, warning people driving the car to slow down because there was a police camera. Come on, guys, we're trying to reduce the speed here. Yeah, so that's quite ironic. You agree, Ollie?
Yeah.
I would have, yeah.
Well, I mean,
would have stopped and shook
yeah,
the
so
man's
you
hand.
just see the guy waving, slowing down, can't you? Yeah. Well, I'd like to have a picture of that, really.
Hey, Neil, what about your Devon County motions now? Were you able to get all of them through, or what's
I
the
think
status
Nat
of
was
those?
there when I know you all seen us having a walkout. Nat, thanks
Not
for
all of us,
staying.
not all
Tony
of us.
staying. 5-6 of us stay behind. The motion for the food that's gone forward, and that now will go to Devon County Council. Will write to the MP, and that will go to Parliament regarding reducing food waste with farmers, hospitality, and supermarkets. And then we had the ADHD one, which Tony he rehearsed all night, and then we didn't have any chance.
I was all ready. I had my speech ready.
Yeah. Then we had finding money for the weeds. We're trying to get the money, and the last one was parking on pavements, which is actually being discussed as we speak. I've got a proposal. I'm putting another motion through to reduce the time for councillors to chat like me, because that meeting was a waste of time with too many people bumping their gums.
If it wasn't for the fact they did that,
yeah, we would have got
we would have got all the motions through.
There wasn't productive input. It was people standing up.
There was too many
Taking
people who
time.
liked the sound of their own voice.
We were there to get those motions through on the day, and it just took too long. Too long.
What's holding it up? Come on, guys.
Too many people
Nat,
like the
your-
sound
your-
of their own
your opinion?
voice.
You know, there's councillors standing up and not actually bringing a lot to the party other than wasting a bit of time. And it's meant to be productive for everyone in Devon. And if we fail at that simple task that day, then you know it's not a good look, and it needs to be addressed going forward.
Okay, thanks very much. Hey, Neil, let's talk about the graffiti a little bit. I know, when we get our branch reconstituted, then we'll be able to click into warp speed here, right?
Yeah, so I'm in discussions with Exeter City Council. They're very good. It's gone a bit off the boil right now because of other things going on, which I think most people are aware of. I do not agree with spraying the George Cross everywhere on roundabouts. I must clear that up. The flag, I don't care. The flag, that's our flag. But we have to be careful what you define as graffiti. I don't know what your view is, Nat. You know,
I don't. I obviously when it's graffitied on a white line, where I mean I've been to parish councils meetings, and they've asked for slow markings to be repainted on the roads, and you get told that it's on a list of around the whole of Devon to be done. Like we don't need counterproductive stuff being done. You know, flags everywhere. You know, I fully support that. You know, patriotism and love for your country is the biggest thing that we need to be all holding hands and patting each other on the back for going forward. And we want to get our country back.
Yeah. Well, what's your view, Ollie?
I thought it was funny. Not gonna lie, but no, I don't know. Like
No, what it is, because we're trying to get rid of all the graffiti.
I was gonna say.
And then if we don't condone it, I mean, we're against what we.
Like I say, it's not.
But it is funny. Yeah, but
I think it's a show of people's emotion.
It is, and it
how much,
isn't.
you know, people have their own mind, and when they feel so passionately about something, they're gonna push every boundary because they feel like they're not being listened to in general anyway.
I think from my understanding of it, wasn't it something like the day before? Something was it 1,000? They letting 1,000 migrants.
Yeah.
Or something through boats. Was it the day before? So something
well,
like that?
I think I don't know.
And then
Quote
I think
me.
it's one of them where it is a bit like. I mean, myself, I was waiting for an NHS appointment, and it was a 9-month waiting list, and it's just part of that. You're just like, why?
Yeah.
Well, it just seems that the priority.
We're not going to go down the
anymore.
migrant road today.
No, it was just that, and then like so when you saw it, and it was part of me thought, you know, it was quite. Well, it was a bit funny. I can say with road markings how quick they were out to repaint them white again. Where like you say, it's stop signs, and like I said, I had a lad who worked for us. He was involved in a car accident 8-10 weeks ago.
Right.
Lorry just literally straight over crossroads, no road markings. Our lad was going 50 mile an hour on the straight, and he literally just missed the road markings, straight T-boned.
Ooh.
He was then signed off for 4-6 weeks or something like that.
Right.
And it's just like one of them when you see like the council, like I said, it is that sort of road markers. It's been on the list for.
I mean, I know we've got a lot of roads in Devon, and
I think we're the biggest road.
But with that in mind, and obviously as county councillors, we've got a massive responsibility to try and keep people safe in Devon. And you know, those old signs on the road, all right, you know, they're there for a reason, and visual stuff works. We should be right on it, and on top of it, rather than things missing. I mean, I drive around Cranbrook. There's some junctions with no white lines, you know, no give way lines across them. And if you're not actually thinking, which a lot of people need these visual signs for stopping and whatnot, they're going to have accidents and people are going to get hurt, sadly.
Okay, thanks a lot for that discussion, guys. So, Jess, could you flip up the next slide there? Just say we're on the case there, and Neil and Tony tasked me and another gentleman with doing some research on how we got into this situation with their weeds all over the place. And I've got most of the research finished, Neil. One of the items that I'm waiting for is a response from the Exeter City Council. Maybe you can help me out with that, because when a motion was made, I think it was in 2023 by the council, to minimize the use of glyphosate, they said that, we should do some trials. And I just want to see what they had as options. So I've been waiting for about 2 weeks, but I think maybe people are on holiday.
Yeah, but they will come back to you. And there's burning options, hot water options. There's a few different options. And environmental friendly weed killer, am I correct?
Exactly, yeah. Because actually, yours truly has a little forecourt in front of his house. And I used Roundup, which doesn't have glyphosate in it. And it seems to be doing okay.
I gave you that.
Can I jump in there?
Yeah, of course.
I'm getting complaints from my parishes about their weeds, and what's happening, these weeds are growing in curbs, they're growing under the pavements, and in a minute, if common sense doesn't take over and we start controlling these weeds properly, the bigger damage will be done by the weeds itself, and then it's a bigger cost to fix curbs, the tarmac on the pavements. We need, for such a little thing, come on, let's get some weed killer back on it. Start getting rid of these weeds.
Well,
and
I just think sometimes the environment has to come second. On
common
things like
sense.
this.
I mean,
Without,
common
we can
sense.
use proper weed killer, and the end of the day, when the ice
Exactly.
gets in there, and we're done.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right,
it's
so
a
the
cost.
bottom line is that motion, if they didn't bump their gums all day and just saying, I agree, blah, 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 all their motions should have gone through. Okay? But they haven't. So
Yeah.
now we've got to wait. But they are discussing it, apparently. The
Okay.
cabinet, remember, we don't belong to the cabinet, even though we're the second biggest party. That's not another dig, guys. I'm just telling you, it's not fair. They call that democracy, but we can't discuss it, so we put it to them. So the cabinet, I put my hand out to you. Please discuss the weed one, because like Nathan said, we're going to have some major problems, and I'm a builder, and I know what's going to go.
Yeah, thank you very much, Neil. And sort of on those lines, let's tee up the next slide there if you could. But I was just wondering the other day, we have our nice Labour MP that came in. It doesn't matter what party, but the MP was parachuted in from London. So he drives down here and then he drives around through Exeter. Surely he must be seeing the weeds, but, and the graffiti, right?
I think personally he doesn't take any pictures near the weeds or the graffiti because it's of no interest to him. There's no votes for him in standing next to weeds.
But he was interested in our defectors from Reform, and as I said earlier, thank you for the picture of my team, and you split us in half.
Yeah.
You've got better things to do than worry about us.
Yeah, he pulls the, there was a picture of him I saw where he was pulling the beer tap or something in the one of the pubs on Magdalen Road or something like that, where it's absolutely pristine up there, the best place in Exeter. But go down to some of our other places in Exeter, it needs a lot of attention. Anything else to say, guys, before we move on that?
I think you've hit the nail on the head there. I think when you drive around, some places are nice and tidy and whatnot, and other places are beginning to look like jungles. And it seems like it's falling on deaf ears. All we want is some common sense and to avoid that massive cost of fixing the infrastructure that these weeds.
I mean, I'll jump in now and say that I've just come back from Turkey, and the roads over there are fantastic. And I wouldn't say Turkey were up to our standards, but the roads.
I would say they're past
everything.
our standards.
Well, they have if you go by the roads.
It's a serious issue, and not just that. You get weeds growing on pavements. People are going to fall over.
Yeah, I mean,
at the end of the day, it's a bigger. I know it.
Well, we'll get it fixed.
Weeds, but it's a big problem.
That's that's why everybody needs to vote reform. We need more horsepower, don't we? And
Less weeds,
so
more
let's just before we're done with the updates, Nat, we'll put you on the spot. Hey,
Nay.
Nate, Nate, what have you been doing as a counselor, young man?
I've been absolutely loving life. Visiting my parishes, talking to some great people. Like I said the last time I was on, keep meeting these people that want the best for their parishes, good, normal people, and to be fair, appreciate me turning up. I've had quite a few comments now that they don't see their county councillors or haven't been seeing their county councillors for years. So I'm rolling on. I'm just gonna keep going.
Let me test you out, Ollie. Have you seen that around, huh?
Ollie,
That's
Ollie's
not my area.
No, I'm not in. Ollie's not in.
That
my
was a
area.
good escape.
I wouldn't even know who a county councillor is.
What would be your parish, Ollie?
With Kennettsborough,
Kennettsborough, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, Kennettsborough. So
Well,
Thank-
I'll come over and visit.
Thank you
anyway,
very much,
so-
guys, for that discussion. So let's just give it a little bit of update about some of our interesting news. There's a lot going on with our branch, a lot going on in Exeter and nationally. And so everybody's got kids around, and I'm always thinking about mine. I have 4. A lot of them are grown. But fewest job opportunities in 5 years. It's really a tough time for kids. And we need more jobs other than high street jobs. We need, technical jobs.
We need more investment.
AI,
essentially.
exactly. So,
Well, and people that want to get their hands dirty.
I think that's what I was going to say. There's
And that side as well.
How do you find workmen, Ollie? Can you get them on the farm?
You can get anybody, but its problem is like farming. Like I got brought up at school that farming was a secondary job. Who wants to go farming?
Serious?
Yeah, I think I went into what was it? What's the meetings you have with like it's like a
Career
meeting.
advisor. That's
Oh
it.
yeah, always fun.
Went in and they come out and said there's nothing we can do for you. Mum wanted me to be an accountant, and I was basically.
I was told I was going to be a forklift truck driver.
Mum knows best.
I was sat down. Yeah,
Accountant.
an accountant, and Mum, I sat down at 16, said, "You coming home or not? Or we selling cows?"
well,
and I made the decision at 16.
reason why is because you got cows in your bloodstream. Anybody that would put a video like that on,
We're going to come back to
giving
you,
a
Ollie,
cow a
regarding
squeeze
your life.
is
Going back to finding staff.
But yeah,
Exactly.
finding staff. Yeah, they're out there, but everyone wants like if you're on a farm, everyone wants accommodation. If you're working in Exeter, you're driving half an hour to work. You're not going to. Tesco's aren't going to put you up in a flat
kidding.
upstairs, are they?
No.
So let's move on to the next one. Asylum seekers are going to be housed in disused care homes. Students, digs and could even happen right next door to us because we have some council homes nearby and student accommodation. That's
I think it's just
right?
the way the government of sort of getting around the fact where they're saying they're closing the hotels, but it's just another way of moving people around.
yeah.
Well, until we get out of the human rights, one in, one out. It
Yeah.
didn't exactly take off the
At
other
the
day, did
moment,
it?
It's
One
none
went
in
back.
Yeah.
and
They
a
sent one back
thousand
today,
out.
didn't they?
Oh,
Yeah.
did they?
It won.
One.
Oh,
One
well
went back.
done.
Okay, so
It
we're
won't
going to
come
tee
in.
up another.
Is it 1 per 100, is it?
We're going to move on to another interesting. So the Hampton Airport Hotel, I think that's kind of spent, but the last one that happened 9 days ago, actually one of our former councillors on there, and a lot of patriotic people as well. But Mr. Producer, would you like to play that video, please?
Saying, what's the point you're making? Right, so the point that I'm
That's
making,
what I was wondering, what the point was.
so the point that I'm making,
Who is it you work for? Devon County Council?
Devon County Council.
Yeah.
So the point that I'm making is that we all disagree with hotels being used for migrants.
So what party do you stand for?
Reform.
Reform?
I was voted in as Reform, and so was Angela Nash.
Reform. Well,
What?
nothing, you've just said it all to me, reform.
What party do you stand for?
Britain first.
Oh, you said, right, okay. Okay.
Yeah, this is why I just said reform and laughed at you. You're the biggest jokes ever, reform, ain't you? Look, if you look at Farage, right, is he not going the same way as...
Well, I'm not Reform anymore, by the way.
Well, you just said you were with reform.
I was voted in Reform, but I had a little falling out with them.
Yeah, so you know what a waste of time they are then.
I do, yeah.
But then you didn't say that to start with, did you? So I don't actually really believe you.
Because I was voted in.
See ya.
Hell of a backtrack, innit?
Yeah.
Sorry, we had to get
Yeah.
that in, guys.
Yeah, anyway, there we go.
Anyway, we're moving.
Expect a
Actually,
complaint on that one. All
we
right.
now know exactly. We've got a great focus on our branch now.
Yeah.
All sort of a little bit of dysfunction wasn't there, but it's all clear sailing.
I call him a disruptor infiltrator, and I think he was working for
Yeah.
the Lib Dem personally, but I can't prove that. But I don't know what your view is.
I've got a very similar thought.
Yeah.
To be
But
honest.
I think
anyway,
the only person
yeah, but we
who
get rid of
knows-
it. We get rid of people like that at the beginning.
Exactly.
We're now going to concentrate on Exeter
Yeah.
reform.
And I'll give a hat tip to Anthony Payne, who's reinforced that there's no way he's going to be other than reform. So I'm thrilled that everybody has come out with their colors now, and we know exactly what to do. And like I say, we had that great meeting.
There may
today,
only
Neil.
be 2 of us now,
Yeah.
but I mean that's enough.
It's still 50%.
Yeah,
we're still coming
50%,
knocking on
still
the
good,
doors.
isn't it? It's still
Okay.
50% more than
So,
Labour.
Ollie, who
uh,
did you vote for? Who did you vote for?
When was
Nobody.
that? In the election?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Because you're milking the park cows.
Oh,
Sign him
what's
up.
the point?
Sign him up.
Well, yeah, that's true. What the point? But now,
I think I was aware, and I could have done a vote thing. And I
wait,
was
you're
like,
doing it next time, all right?
What's the point?
That's because you weren't Nat's
Nate's going to
election
vote
visit.
for you. There you
Yeah,
go.
let's just get to
Nate will be the proxy.
Okay, so let's tee up the next slide here, guys. So we got some great things happening. Ann Widdicombe's all over the place. We're going to hopefully ask her to come to our branch when we get rolling here. And if you want to go to see her, give Neil a shout. It's Saturday, October 18th, noon. It's for Reform members, please. Thank you very much. And let's have an applause for that one, please. Thanks. And Neil and Tony, let's just briefly hit this again about our great branch. We're going into fighting mode now. I think we talked about that already, probably, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks. Okay, well, let's get on to the topic of being a farmer these days, guys.
Over to you, Ollie.
You know what, Neil? I don't have a clue. What do you think about that?
Well, actually, my grandfather was a farmer, okay, on Dartmoor. And yeah, so my father used to ride the old ponies bareback, and we didn't believe him, but he showed us once, and unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it wasn't CGI.
But then he had 3 sons, and not one of them wanted to be a farmer.
Well,
so
let's
he came to Exeter.
Thank you, Neil. Let's ask Nat to lead us in a little conversation. Then we'll turn it over to Ollie. Okay.
Well, I mean,
Jess, can you flash up that slide? Thank you. Or if you did already, thanks.
I think the heading of the subject, tough being a farmer these days. I'm guessing that Ollie probably wonders what's going to come through the post next, or what he's going to see, what more red tape they've got to break down to operate and make money and survive. I would imagine it's something like that, Ollie, isn't it?
Pretty well. I was going to say I've got friends all up and down the country, and you send videos and whatever, or Snapchat, or whatever. Just literally, it's just day to day is relentless, just with what we're dealing with, and then like you say, with the red tape and what they're bringing in, whether it's EA, whether it's inheritance tax, whether it's anything, it's just more hoops and more holes to jump through.
A barrage, just a barrage, yeah.
Yeah, thanks. And Nat, now that was an interesting slide that you flashed up about your St. George's flag and all that kind of stuff. But what do you actually do at your holding there?
So I'm a very good repairman, to be honest.
Not on your horses, I hope.
My wife we break in school horses in general, and my wife trains grassroots point-to-point horses racing. It's challenging, to say the least, but it's a love, and we enjoy it. So, and like anything to do with animals is a constant graft. They always want to break something, or they get ill, and it's just a constant cycle of what's happening next, sort of thing. So.
And how do you get? Are there? Do you breed horses there, or how do they get?
We don't breed them. We've got a handful of liveries. Lovely people. Just keep their horses there, and we look after them. They come and ride them when they want. And then there's a separate yard with obviously the race horses and Bex's business in it as well.
Okay, fantastic. And you mentioned race horses. Let's flip a little slide up for everybody and put on full screen, because I think the conversation we had the other day, you're a bit concerned about the future of racehorsing. Is that right?
It's just another tax from my opinion, to hammer rural life and like the jobs that racing create. I mean, this is gonna, without looking at the figures exactly, at the moment, the betting tax is 15%, but when you add on everything else, and if they add this tax on, it'd be more like 20 to 30%, which, like, bookies give back a lot of money to racing, and we start seeing the decline of that money, which has been happening slowly. Last year it was checking whether you've got affordability to be able to put a couple of quid on an horse, and looking into people's bank accounts. And now this year, they're going again, and it's just chipping away, and it needs to stop. This is a British sport that thousands of people follow, And when you don't make it attractive for them, you're going to lose it. So we need to stand up for racing, and pretty much every country rural sport and pastime, because if we don't, we're going to lose them. And it's part of Britain's traditions, and I'm fully behind all of them. And the more people get hammered, like the farmers with the farm tax, we won't have rural sports or farms, which is scary.
Yeah. And Neil, don't you have some members of your family that has horses or had horses?
No, I've had horses. I'm actually allergic to horses, so I can't go near a horse. Right, but we had a horse for my daughters and all that. But if I touch a horse, I've had it. Yeah. Go back to Ollie, because we're on about the farm.
Yeah.
So what time do you get up to do all that?
I'm not really that early a starter. I'm normally about 6 in the morning. But so we put robots in 9 years ago this November. So before that, milk for a parlour.
Sorry, robots. I don't understand.
Hey, you fell into the trap, Ollie, because you reminded me that you gave me a great video. Can we play that one?
Oh, this is cell cows. These calves.
Is this your spread? Is it?
Yeah. So this is calves. We sold these calves this June, July time. So we're pedigree Holsteins. So it's just something.
So you breed the cows as well?
So yeah, we breed cows, calves, all that, and then like I said, me and my wife, to be fair, we got a particular interest in the pedigree Holstein. So what we've been doing is buying in a few families, like once a year, maybe buy a calf and ourselves, like them basically, and then breed from them, and then the more that we get, then we can sell back to the pedigree line. So we're both commercial and.
Do you get attached to them?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I don't know. Because you get attached to them, don't you?
So the one in the video that you showed earlier, that's actually Big P. She's
because I love animals. As soon as I go near an animal, I love an animal.
She lost her ear tag, so when we got a new ear tag written in, instead we write their names and everything in their ear tags, and in hers is Queen P. Yeah, she's a bit of a family favourite. So.
But I was going back to the cost of everything, and you guys not knowing what's going to come through the door, what they're going to hammer you with next, what amazing idea somebody in an office is going to make up that you're going to have to fork out for. That has a massive knock-on effect with everybody in the country, absolutely everybody in the country, and it all boils down to how much they pay that goes for the food that goes on their plate. And it starts there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, there are things been designed, I would imagine, Ollie, in farming, that if somebody made it up, you've got to pay a fee for this, or jump backwards and throw out for something, which all adds to the cost of the final product, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think, when we put our robots in, we had a service contract. And the service contract, it's like it is anything, labour goes up, your service contract goes up. And then they just, I don't know, a couple of years ago, they just brought in a new programme, and you got to pay a subscription for it. Well, 60, 70 quid a month extra that's got to go out that wasn't there before. But that is literally like everything. Like everything. Well, even like sick cows, and you get sick cows, the expense of it is just that cost that you haven't budgeted for.
Well, we've got a picture of your robot, I think. Or do you want to flash it up, Jess? Is that what's going on there?
So that's cows eating there. So they got their heads through lock and yoke. So, but yeah, no, like back to the robots is. So we used to milk for a parlour, and then it was that whole labour, going into finding labour and staff and relief milkers and reliability. And for myself, I'm one of 3, and I'm the only one that's gone back on the family farm. It was for looking into what we can do to reduce labour, and we put in 3 Lely robots, and basically what the cows do, the cows milk as and when they want.
How does that work? So does a cow ring a bell and say, the robot comes over or something?
On that picture, so every cow's got a monitoring collar, so they got basically wear a necklace, and on that necklace there's a responder, and on that responder has everything to do with the cow. It will tell me when she's sick. It will tell me when she's in heat. It will tell me. I can go on. I can look and see how much cows give from the robot, and
so it's high tech then.
So basically you're going. So that's another like the high tech. It is.
And then you got to pay for it.
Yeah. and it does all cost. So, like I say, the cow then goes in, and the cows are very clever animals. So most people will milk either twice a day or 3 times a day. The slightly bigger guys producing will milk 3 times a day. I think us on robots, we're actually currently at the minute on about 3.5, 3.8 milkings a day.
Yeah.
So basically, the cows have got free range. They're free range, apart from the fact that they live in the shed and they do not venture outside. Apart from when they're like heavily in calve in the summer months, our cows they can lie down. They've got deep sand beds, so they can lie down when they want. They got feed access 24/7, so they can eat when they want. They got clean, fresh water troughs, and then they got the opportunity to milk whenever they want. So whenever they feel they get a bit full, they just go.
Can I ask how big's your spread, your farm?
So our herd, we're about milk about 150.
So this tax they're going to put on, you know, because you're going to take over your farm, aren't you?
Yeah, well, hopefully, if the
and I know that the farmers
government don't take it away.
it's disgrace. I don't know what you're thinking, Nat.
Oh, it's horrific, and these guys are the people putting food on our plates ultimately.
Yeah, why would they attack the farmers? I just can't understand it.
It's not just that. I mean, I was just about to say, like, our welfare standards in this country for food and production are second to none. I know that obviously that's a task in itself to keep up to date with that, Ollie. I would imagine, is it?
Yeah.
Which is a cost. But then we have imports coming in from countries that are nowhere near the standard that Great British food is. And that must frustrate you massively.
Oh no, it does. When you do see stuff online, and it's I always laugh at the aunties, the vegans, and that lot when they put stuff up and they're like, how like far they get a clip from somewhere, and it's not to say it doesn't happen, because there is bad eggs. It's like you go to London, someone gets stabbed in Birmingham, you can't, or London, or like the big cities, you can't tar. I think someone stabbed in Exeter the other day or something.
Yeah,
but you can't tar everyone with the same brush. And out of one bad egg, they see one bad farm, and they assume every farm's like it.
Yeah.
And like you say, welfare standards. You know, my cows to me, they're more important.
Well, they're like family, aren't they? If you look at it like that. Yeah.
I've actually just come. I'd to take 6 weeks off. I had a back op 6 weeks ago, and it was the hardest decision I had to make. It was either myself or the sort of like. Luckily, I had a lad back from uni. That he's been with us for, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years, whatever it is. So he's back. He's just finished uni. He's just about to go travelling. So basically, I sort of gave him the reins to sort of do it. And obviously, once I was a couple of weeks in, like,
but you love it. Your dad still do it.
Yeah. So dad still does it. Yeah. So it's just one of them where it's just like what we put ourselves through, and no one sees the. So like robots 24 hours. No one sees the 1 o'clock in the morning, the 2 o'clock in the morning, the alarms. When you get them, you got to sort them out, or the calf and the cows. No one sees that. They only, and it's same with like even like staff to a certain degree. They only see what's done in the hours you're there.
Yeah.
They don't see the stuff that's done between 6 in the afternoon to 6 o'clock in the morning.
So go and also like price of milk. I mean, that's another issue for me when I look at it, and I think, Christ, like we all go. It's a go-to, unless you're a vegan or you don't like, you got to drink some nutty milk or whatever. It's a go-to in the morning. You've got, it's coffee, cereal, whatever else you might have it, whatever else you have in the morning. It's like gold.
It is, yeah.
And we pay peanuts for it. And these guys, what do you get a litre, Ollie?
I think we're on 44.1p. That's good for what we like.
Are they always haggling with you, the supermarkets? Or
no, ironically, we were actually on a supermarket. We were on a Tesco contract,
and they're good.
No, I left 2 years ago. I think 2 years ago, this June just gone, or maybe was it 3? I left because of the rigmarole and all the hoops and what they were making us jump through. So I've moved actually to local company, Crediton Dairies. Where you got your Arctic coffees, they do milkshakes. So most of the carton milkshakes.
I think we know them, Dana, don't we? Yeah.
So you got like carton milkshakes in the likes of Tesco's, Aldi, Sainsbury's. 9 times out of 10 it'll be produced from Crediton. and then Crediton do. So it's a bit of a plug for Crediton. So
well done, Crediton.
your Arctic coffees. And
Well, that's
from my,
Well done,
my
Dairy.
point of view, my point of view, and I don't think there'd be many. I mean, this is the trouble. It should have been gradually going up the price of milk to help these guys out and everything they've got to go through. You know, to pay £1 for a pint of milk.
I mean, it's not much dearer
It
for
isn't-
2 litres, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean?
and buy water's more expensive.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
So,
right,
like,
actually,
a pound for a pint, but obviously the supermarkets still only take what they take at the moment, but the rest goes to the farmer. Do you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
you know, that to me
Yeah.
is common sense.
I always get the impression they
and
just want to
then-
run it as a loss.
Do you
Bring
think
people
the
in.
government will change their mind on the tax?
No.
Inheritance tax?
No. Not one bit. Not
Why do you say
Labour
that?
won't.
So they
I-
don't
I-
take they
I-
don't take any notice of people protest because they're not.
They're just my view. They're just ignorant.
Well, reform. Have you seen our manifesto with regards?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scrap. It's going to be
Scrap it.
scrapped.
But even like with the Tories, I think if the Tories, I don't think even they go on about it. I don't think they'll scrap it.
No, I think they
they'll
just use a
change it.
publicity stunt.
They'll say it, but they'll
I think
they'll just
it is a
change They'll
case of they
scrap
look
it.
at everything because they want to make money,
Yeah,
because they waste so much.
But that's the bit that. But it doesn't worry me. The tax thing doesn't worry me. It's more the fact of everything that my dad, my grandfather, that they've done to hand down. So my grandfather handed down to my dad, then hopefully dad one day hand it to me. It's that whole bit of pill for them to swallow because they're at the age when they're handing it down, and it's like, well, are they going to get it?
Yeah.
What happens when I go? Are they going to get it?
And, you know who?
And it's like I said, I'm in a lucky situation that my dad has handed the reins to me when I'm in my 30s. A lot of family farms don't get it. They don't get the reins until they're 50, 60.
Yeah.
When the old, even great grandparents still holding on to the reins, paying the bills, and then when they die, they pass it on. Well, if you've just got the reins at 60, you're not going to want to pass it on to your son in 5-10 years' time, are you? You're going to want to hold on to him for a couple
I
of
just
years.
think it's dreadful, and I'm surprised they haven't put solar panels on your farm as well.
Well, and there's another issue, Neil. Where you can go on and on.
I mean, actually, Ollie did come on. We're going to invite Ollie again,
disgraceful.
actually, because Ollie said he's got more problems to bring. And Ollie, would you come again one day?
Oh, I expect so.
Yeah. And so, Ollie, you're definitely welcome. I want to hear all the problems. Yeah.
Well, let's flash up a slide for since Nat, you brought this up about what reform is going to do here. You gave us a few points there that are on your script there, page 13. But inheritance tax relief, if you want to discuss some of these and hit the high points. We're going to increase farming funding. Is there a subsidy or something that the EU gives or Britain gives? Or
we're
what
not
is
in
that?
the EU.
Huh?
We're not.
are
Well,
we?
See,
we're
that's one
technically
thing-
not in
Nah.
the EU.
That's one thing that really annoys me about Starmer when he goes on, when they ask him about the inheritance tax and he asks everything they do for farming. It's a ball ache trying to get it.
Is it?
And it's all environmental stuff. I don't mind doing a little bit, but when you look at the motorways and everything, you've got so much vast area of dead ground. Why can't we put wildflowers down the centre of motorways or on the verges of motorways?
I don't understand. Do you have to fill out a lot of paperwork to apply for the what is it
if I'm
called?
honest,
A grant?
I don't do it anymore. I get consultants to do it
you
for me.
guys have been-
So I'm paying a consultant to claim the money for me because it's so
Too
mu-
complicated.
And we've applied for stuff. We've applied for stuff back in April. We still haven't heard. anything.
You guys have stewarded the areas and countryside that your farms are on for years. When did we talk about birds disappearing and insects disappearing? You want to sit in my garden? There's hundreds of it.
Yeah.
You know,
I know,
it's,
it's,
As long as we get a couple of Swift boxes on the council.
Oh
buildings.
yeah, don't forget
Yeah.
your Swift boxes.
You get
Yeah.
told it until people begin to believe it.
Yeah.
And I struggle to see it myself. I really
Okay.
do.
Well, the other points you got here is they want to increase production of food by British farmers, of course. When you go down
stop
to the
putting
So
supermarket,
you're not going to
panels
do
on,
that
you
by
know?
putting flowers
yeah,
in, are
putting
you?
solar panels on arable land.
and we got to decrease the price of fuel and electricity in order to make it more.
Well, it was
productive,
interesting.
right?
What, it was
what
interesting.
reform wants to do.
Yeah, what
This
Trump
is,
said.
you know,
Apparently,
this is-
we were the cheapest fuel once, self-sufficient, electric and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
And now look at us. I think we're the dearest.
yeah. It's the highest out of the G20.
Yeah,
they want to price you out of having a diesel car and go and get an
It's all
electric
going
one,
to pay for
which they won't let you put
for
an
windmills.
EV charger in outside your house.
And then
'cause it
kind of
can't
like
run it across the pavement. And
what
it's
you're
bonkers.
saying,
Absolute crazy.
Ollie, is fair pricing by supermarkets, so you don't have to hunt all over for a supermarket to have a good relationship with, and reduce the farm shop business rates. I guess you probably don't have a farm shop, eh?
No.
You're too busy milking the cows.
Oh yeah, I'm not a general public person. If
I think the point before to ensure fair pricing by supermarkets, that's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be.
I think I think they've literally just the same with government before. I think they basically just said to supermarkets, "Get us food and get it cheap."
Yeah,
that's what they say to them. Because with Tesco's, it's supposed to be a module, a cost of production module. So you give them all your figures, and they look, and that's what they pay you. So you're getting paid. You're always getting paid cost of production.
Right.
And then they just kept cutting, and then cuts coming in. They were
So
then you'd only be paid for it for 60-70% of your milk, and basically that's what they did to get it back down. But like I said, even it was I don't mind paying tax, but if I was paid fair, like when we got up to 47p, and we made some good money.
Mm.
But within a 12-month period, all that money we made had gone. By the time the tax man come and taken his bit, and then we went down to mid-30s, soon.
Oh, she bites into it.
The
taxman wants his money.
Yeah, you start planning on going forward in infrastructure, and then you go back then to it's still back to inheritance tax. Your infrastructures, build our infrastructure. Well, they're only going to come back and take 40% of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, should we wrap this up on that topic? I mean, I think Reform knows where its heart and soul is, which is to support the farmers. And anything else to add, Ollie?
No, I don't think so.
I just think hats off to them, the grafters, and doesn't matter what type of farming they're doing, they're working all the hours God send.
I mean, Devon is supposed to be a farming county as well.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And thank you, Ollie.
Yeah, thank Ollie. That's appreciated. I wish we gave you
round
more
of applause
time.
for Ollie and Matt. Thanks, guys, for coming on again. So we're at the special time of the podcast, guys. Tony, I'm sorry, but
No, can I just
it
bring
looks
in-
like your brother's going to...
No, I was just going to say this free bike marking. They'll be marking the bikes this Friday or tomorrow at the Exwick Parish Hall at 10 o'clock, the local neighbourhood police. So if anyone's interested, go along.
Thank you
It's
so
well
much.
worth
Is
it.
that like a UV tag?
I think they'll be stamping them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Neil, Weed of the Week.
Yep. Okay. No, we've got a gentleman in Alphington, okay, who should have had a neck operation on Thursday. I hope you're all right. He didn't. It got cancelled. I wonder.
So
why.
he went out and looked for that weed.
Yeah, and he's called. You got his name?
Ian.
Ian. We can't mention his second name. We're not allowed.
Yeah, let's just call.
So Ian,
well,
you're going to get your
I know
weed
his
killer.
second name is.
I'm sorry that the operation was cancelled. I've had the operation on my neck, but I wish you luck in the future.
Yeah. And the slide that we had up was a brilliant slide because not only because I took it, of course, but no, Alphington is a beautiful community all over Exeter, actually. But I took a lovely picture of the St. Michael's Church in Alphington going up the street there. It wasn't a weed in sight to be seen, and hats off to Ian for that. And every neighborhood should be the same way, right?
Everyone needs an Ian. There you go.
Yeah. So let's.
Well, we just need Exeter looking tidy, don't we? So
Yeah.
and the countryside as well.
I think the whole of Devon. I mean, I think it would be nice for a few people to go out and do a bit of volunteering as well. Just to take that edge off.
Yeah.
But the bigger problem, get it sprayed, get it gone.
It was like Tina Walker, hats off to her. She went out. If more people would go out and just do the front of your house, the front of your, on the road, that would just help around the local area.
Thanks, guys. So, like I say a few times before, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And what you can do for your country is starting off by joining Reform, please. Become a member and go to the exciting meetings that we're going to have. Oh my gosh, you've missed a lot already. So join up quickly.
It's been a ride.
Join our amazing campaign team. What else to add about that, Neil and Tony, before we sign off? Anything?
Remember what we're here for. We're here to relay what we've done for Devon County Council. You can write to me. I average about 30 emails a day. I can't get everything done correctly. I'm working on different projects right now. Exeter City Council have been quite productive for me. They have wrote back to me, and we're trying to find solutions. But I think I'm away next week, guys. So yeah, brilliant.
Okay.
But I'm still online doing my emails on holiday because I'm quite sad, by the way.
Hey, thanks, guys, for watching tonight, and we'll see you next Thursday.